Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Five years ago, the Power of We Symposium was created to provide a platform for kids from all sectors where they could have a safe and comfortable environment in which to share both their joys and concerns. The Power of We Symposium is proud to have served over 250 kids throughout Romania when we took our mission global back in May of 2023. Now, two teams of amazing volunteers from both the U.S. and Romania embarked on an 8-day Legacy of Hope tour, bringing encouragement and hope to not only the kids of Romania, but also the adults who support them, and also to over 100 kids here in the U.S. who contributed handwritten letters of hope to our Romania mission of 2023. Now, this year, we are proud to provide this opportunity yet again in October, and we are super excited to up our game. New venue, 750 kids this time, and we want to see you there. We are looking forward to meeting you in person at this year's event, which promises, as always, incredible speakers, amazing content, and of course, some of the greatest kids on the planet. So, mark your calendars for October 24th, and we'll see you here in Chicagoland for the Power of We Symposium 2024. This year's theme is Always Together, Never Alone. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite or at powerofwesymposium.com.
I spell it out before you get it, baby. Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you. my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
I'm giving you a round of applause. Oh, look, I'm back there. How you guys doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments, the Tuesday edition. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren. And today, I didn't know what I was going to. First, I was going to call the network and say, okay, I need a rerun thrown out. And then I said, no, I'm not going to do that because our guest is a no-show. And today is going to be about transparency. And it has been a minute since just you and I have shared some time together. I used to do it all the time, and then I kind of slacked off on it. And then I said, no, you know what? I'm just going to go it alone. So here's what in the last 4 minutes or 5 minutes has kind of come in, if you will, as a download for a discussion we can have together today. And because, okay, last night, okay, so here it is. Well, first of all, let me get this stuff out of the way. Where are my manners? Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning. And here we are. And I'm grateful that you're here. Here's the deal. You know, I'm always telling my coaching clients, and I even have a keynote that I'm currently, it's in rotation, entitled Setting the Table for Legacy, a Reservation for One. And a lot of people think, you know, especially in this world of influence and, you know, when you're doing all these things, that big numbers are the, you know, oh, I got to have 1 million followers, blah, 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 blah. When really that can happen and it's not a bad thing. But in order to get to those big numbers, you have to start with the small numbers, which means the reservation for one is all about you, me. If I don't live my own teachings, okay, Maya Angelou, if I don't live my own teachings, I'm not going to leave an imprint. I'm not going to make the impact that I want to make in this world. And I'm definitely not going to be able to ease as much suffering as possible if I don't live my own teachings. So you guys remember this, live your teachings, which means whatever you tell people they do, you got to do it. And in many cases, first. So why is that? Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot serve from an empty plate. And it's not, and here's another thing. You know, we always think that you hear that term, pour from an empty cup. But that's one thing. And I got to figure out what that really is. But it's the overflow is what I bring to the table, or at least I attempt to bring to the table each and every day when I sit in this chair. And some days, you know, when I wake up and I'm definitely not feeling like this guy, I have to get out of my own way and remember, Lauren, Marsha, it is not about you. It is about your commitment to what you said you were going to do, why you were going to do it. And that's that. And so that's why I always encourage people for agreements. We're going to read a couple of these cards today, but we're going to talk about actually living up to our promises. In my masterclass, and I might even show a little bit of that today. One of the things that flew out of my mouth when I was recording that was that, and it's true, I have to be so honest with myself, brutally honest, that I put things, and I do this, I put things within reach, not upstairs or not in the back house or whatever. I put them within reach so that when I, or should I, not show up as this guy, I've got things right there. For instance, develop purpose. Okay. That's not just, I tell you guys all the time, it's not a gimmick. It's not a prop. It's a reminder for me first that, Lauren, your truth is all there is. If you say you're going to be here, you put it out there. Hey, join me. If the person doesn't show up, oh, well, I still need to. Can I get an amen? Okay. I'll kick it off. Yeah. I'm not scared. So wait. There it is. Oh, wait, that's not the one. There we go. Can I get an amen? There's one. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about. So last night, okay, we have, I found out Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night, my niece Cynthia is here from California, checking on her mother, who is now in the hospital. My sister, I said transparency, didn't I? That's from my adopted family. That's the family where I was raised, and the mother fell dead, and then I ended up in foster care, hence the Gold Cats video, 22 Moms. So that's my adopted family. Those are the people. I was Larry Dixon, okay? I was Larry Dixon until I was 10 years old. She died, and I found out I wasn't even a member of that family. But they're still my family. But I left there and was put into the foster care system until I aged out at age 17. And anyway, so Cynthia is from that family. And my sister, who is in the hospital 10 minutes from my house, we are estranged because I had to make, well, there's a couple of them from that family. I have two sisters from that family where just it wasn't serving me anymore. It was not. And I mean, decades I relinquished because I was always trying to fight for their everything and not realizing myself that there was some huge mental health issues going on. Because I really believe because they're all older than me. I'm the baby in both of my families, my adopted family and my birth family. I'm the anchor baby. And in this particular collective, the adopted family, there's a lot of mental health issues with the women in the family. A lot. It's just inherited. And anyway, so it didn't serve me for probably, I think this sister that I'm talking about, I think the last time I actually saw her or spoke to her, oh my goodness, I'm 62 years old. I would have to be, wow. I just realized I haven't seen her face since I entered foster care. You remember a couple years ago when the Heathen movie came out? I told you guys I got the call from my brother from that same family, and we had not seen each other in 50 years. So this sister is in that category. So it must be 52 years. 52 years that since I've seen her. So anyway, she's in the hospital. And yesterday, my niece who's here, well, she told me Sunday, I'm here. I have relationships with all my siblings' kids. Uncle Lauren, Uncle Larry. Some of them call me Uncle Laren because the little ones mix both names. And anyway, she said, I'm here checking on mommy. Boom, boom, boom. And so we put together this thing because we always host a dinner at our house, Brian and I, when the girls come. I have 5 nieces. And they come in pairs usually, but Cynthia came alone this time to check on my sister, Shirley. And so anyway, we put together, like we always do, the dinner, and it's tonight. And so yesterday is my production day. After I wrap the show, I'm doing little things here in the studio that I need to get done and all that, those things you don't have time to do because you're busy doing all the other things. So anyway, I dedicated my day yesterday. 17 people are scheduled to show up here tonight, all because Cynthia's here. And then around, must have been 8:30 last night. I mean, I grilled everything in advance, shucked the corn, everything's ready. Went shopping, spent a few $100s. And then I saw a text that said, I'm at the hospital. I had to bring mommy to the emergency room this morning. And we've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. And she said, all these tests, they don't know what's going on, da, 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 da. And as much as I tried, live your own teachings, 4 agreements, I really was trying not to go to that selfish place where I was like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? I just grilled like 60 pieces of chicken, da, da, da. And it took me probably 3 minutes, and I vented a little. I don't think I was mean, because that's the thing about Cynthia. She is very gentle, and I don't think I've ever heard her lose her temper, honestly. So she was just like, listen, this was out of my control. I've been here all day, da, 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 da. We're still waiting on a room. The hospital is full. We've been in the emergency room waiting for a room for 4 hours. They don't know what's going on with her. Boom, boom, boom. And it kind of suddenly,
something came and found me that I'm ashamed to say that I didn't reach right for it myself. And I've been trying to do better with that. I was an angry black man, for real, y'all, for so many years. Oh, and it's still now very disturbing to me when, even if I'm 5 minutes in it and then back out, so I listened, and I knew, of course, she didn't do this on purpose, but I'm like, well, okay, well, we're still going to come together because everyone wants to come. And the 17 people, all women. I have all women just about in my family. And I felt really bad that I even had to backpedal. You know what I'm saying? And if you know what I'm talking about, how you go places and instantly or almost instantly you regret it, right? And it makes you go like, what the hell? I thought I was past this kind of behavior. So anyway, she was going to take an Uber from the hospital. It wasn't until 10:30, I'm usually in bed at 8:30, that she thought her phone was going to run out because she didn't have a charger with her, and she was going to take an Uber back to her hotel and blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, I'll stay up. She goes, but Uncle, it's going to be past your bedtime. And that broke my heart, that she remembered and that she cared. And I said, no, you're not going to take an Uber. I'm going to pick you up. And so it was around 10:20 last night. She called, and I went and I picked her up and took her to her hotel, and she hugged and kissed me. And I felt really, really good about the situation when I went to sleep last night. And that is the most important thing. You guys hear me say this all the time. I try my best now to not live my life every day attempting to write my journey's story in that particular day using all 26 letters of the alphabet. I did that for so many decades. And then I realized I don't need to get up and write it I don't need all 26 letters. I really only need 2 letters. I need 1 E and I need 1 R. And last night I lived my own teachings, because even though I did kind of go in 5 minutes and then backed up out of it, when I went to sleep, when I laid my head down, when I went into that place, hopefully of peace, so that I can wake up today and be ready for the day, I was able to look over my shoulder to the hour before I laid down even, and say, you know what, when I woke up this morning, just like I will hopefully say tonight, because I'm trying to live my life every day as if it were my last day. And that's not morbid. It's a fact. I want to live my life like it was the last day. It's as if it were the last day, because one day I'm going to be correct, right? And so I want to look over my shoulder to the day that has just gone by, and I want to be able to say, okay, I woke up this morning, I was nice, I was kind, but because of something along the road today, I can say I am kinder, I am nicer. Now, why is that so important? It's so important because when we do that, I know you're gonna think, Lauren, have you lost it? No, I'm telling you, this is a real thing, because I lived it today. I woke up with it today. That E and that R now jump ahead of me, because I've done my best. Doesn't mean doing your best doesn't mean you're not going to stumble. It doesn't mean you're not going to go, oh, what was I thinking? Oh, look. But then let me fix that. What that E and that R does is they move ahead. And when I woke up this morning, that E and that R were waiting for me, but they had reversed the order. It was no longer ER, now it was RE. Listen closely. Because when I woke up, that ER, because I did something, I forced myself to grow. I forced myself to live my own teachings. I forced myself to remember the fourth agreement is always do your best, no matter what. And so when you do that, that E and that R wake up and they wait for you and they greet you. As soon as my eyes opened today, I was refreshed. I was replenished. I was relaxed. I was remembered. to why I do this work every day. And I was able to rejoice. Had I not done it, the RE could have still been there, but it would have been regret. Y'all don't hear me. And so there that is. There that is. And then again this morning, like right now, you know, I haven't heard anything. And he was texting yesterday. I'm talking about our guest. But, you know, I can't wait. But then you go, what the hell? You don't show up. You don't call. No show. How do I know? How do I know what's going on? How do I know his house or apartment? How do I know he didn't get a phone call of something horrible happening in his life or family? How do I know? I don't. And so again, back to the 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions. I don't know. You know, because I was thinking, I can't wait. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go on. I'm going to live and I'm going to blast him. Well, our guest did show up. But how do I know? I don't. Don't make assumptions. And then also, why do we make assumptions in most cases? It's because we've taken the situation personally. Another of the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally. And so, yeah, that's what happened. And so I'm just going to reach into this little box. So you guys remember how I got these? It was living my own teachings a couple months ago when I was speaking in Monterey, California. And for whatever reason, you know, when you're there, and that's a little small airport, you have to walk down the stairs, out on the tarmac, out on the actual ground outside and go in, you know. And my flight, and I had a speaking engagement in LA I needed to be at the next day. And here I was 5 hours. Every hour my flight kept getting delayed. And the restaurant was closed. So it was just basically sitting there. It was just, ugh. And anyway, I was walking through the airport just bitching. I mean, on the phone, talking to Brian, my husband, and he was just, like he always does, just listening. Oh, honey, he lets me ramble. And then when I finish, he'll try to get in. And emphasis on the try. And I found myself inside the gift shop, and I was just blah, 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 blah. And then I looked over on the counter, and they had these on display. As soon as I saw the 4 agreements, the logo and the box, you know, it looks just like the cover of the book. Instantly, it was like, remember when you're growing up and say you're at church or somewhere and you were acting out, and you could look, you get eye contact with your mom or your dad. And you know instantly, straighten it out. Oh, your ass is going to get a whooping later, right? As soon as I looked at the box, I just instantly was ashamed of my behavior. Because even though I was talking to my husband, people could hear all that toxicity that I was spewing. I was just spritzing it. And I'm walking all through the airport, just, you know, just spraying it everywhere. And the moment I saw these, snatched all the air, all that toxic air out of the tank. And I felt extremely ashamed. And I instantly picked these up and bought them. And I'll tell you how it touched me so, because I was like, wow. Even when I can't find it, like it's not within reach, suddenly it was within reach. It found me when I needed it. And that's the importance, you guys, of doing your best, being impeccable with your word, not taking shit personally, and not making assumptions, because we don't know. We don't know what's going on outside of what we can see. And so, you know, July 4th, I turned 62 years old. And when you get to the 60s, I don't know where you guys are in your age, but it happens. You know, more and more of your peers pass away. And you find yourself thinking more and more and more about your own mortality and your legacy and your message. I have a new thing. I'm actually contemplating including it in my will, in my living will, that the obituary you can't really do much about. That's how they born in da 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 da. But that eulogy thing, should I have one? I'm really considering making it a codicil, if you will, or mandatory. I don't think I want my eulogy to speak to things I did decades ago, because I need accountability now. So I'm considering making it permanent that, wow, I'm just picturing it. My eulogy should not be about things I did decades ago. I want it to be about things I did days ago. Because that way, every day, I'm doing my best to make sure I am living a life that is worthy of remembering. That I am living a life and doing things that are worthy of people repeating. I was just on the phone with Lauren last week, and he encouraged me to ... And when I say that, that makes me responsible, because what if I have that in there and they say, hey, so-and-so, would you like to deliver the eulogy? And they go, okay. He said he wanted it to be things that happened, and I was on the phone with him last week, and all he did was complain. I saw him at the Starbucks the other day, and he was cussing out the woman in line because she couldn't make up her mind, and he was in a hurry. Those little things that we don't think anyone will remember, but they do. They do. And we should too. Or if we don't, how? What's going to be there to make us accountable so that we will do better? There's that E and that R. So I want you to think about that, and I'm just going to go into the cards. They had these great cards from the different agreements, and so I'm just going to spread them out. I'm just going to pull one out. Let's just keep that. They're in order, but like in the order of the agreements, but I'm just going to pull them out and leave them. So this one is don't take anything personally. Watch. I bet you anything they all speak to what I just described was my issue last night in the airport this morning. So this one says, see other people as they are. Don't take anything personally. See other people as they are. And on the back, and I love these cards. See how it looks? See other people as they are. She's taking her glasses off, but then her eyes are closed. So she's seeing them from the spirit of who they are. Oh, I just love that. Okay, so she's not going, oh, look at you. You think you all that. No, don't see, not the outer. See people as they are from their spirit, from the inside. When you see other people, it says, as they are without taking it personally, you can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it's okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. Ooh. Okay. Here comes another one. Always do your best is the category. Take action on your ideas. And that's shaped like an eye. The window to the soul. Ooh, they're very clever, right? This one says, doing your best means to take action. You can have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, there will be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. There's the RE word again, reward. Remember? There it is. And that one's from the category, always do your best. I'm liking this. Let me see what you guys are talking about over here. Good morning, Andrea. Andrea says she just ordered the book on Amazon. Good for you. Good for you. Changed my life. I put the 4 agreements, I treat them like pillars of support. And every room in my journey, every room that I am building within my legacy, rooms that people will hopefully visit for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years, I lay the tiles in there through experience, through growth, and through that discovery of higher self. And then I grout those tiles with my truths. That's what holds them together so that they will stay in place and be there for people to walk on for generations to come. But then I take the 4 agreements and I prop one in every corner to support the vision, to support the legacy, but most importantly, to support the work. Okay? Here comes another one. I'm gonna go from the back this time. Always do your best. Here's another, always do your best, same category we just had. Do your best because you want to. I bet it says something about not because you have to. And that's a great point. You know, when we're kids, do that or clean your room or I'm gonna punish you, or you're gonna be on restriction, or you know. That's because you have to. You don't get your ass whooped, right? Do they still give whippings out, or is it illegal? But you should do things because you want to. And before I read this, I want to tell you why this one stands out to me right now. I remember I was so defiant as a kid. I'm not kidding you. I was pretty bright. And my adoptive mom, Ada, I remember one time she said, I'm tired of looking at your messy room. Go in there and clean it up. And I said, why? Right now? I was getting ready to go play or something. She goes, right now. I'm tired of looking at it. So she went on. I think she was in the kitchen or whatever. So I was like, She did say she was tired of looking at it. So I'll just shut the door. I shut the door, I did, and went outside. And it was like an hour later, I heard that voice. You know when you're in trouble. And I came running in, and she's like, I thought I told you to clean your room up. I said, but you also said you were just tired of looking at it. So I shut the door so you wouldn't have to look at it. She goes, she sat me down. She didn't get angry. I did get punished for a week. I couldn't go outside for a week, which was like a year for me. Because we played softball every day. It was summertime, right? Oh, I thought I was going to die. I'm not kidding. I really did. I thought I was going to die. I thought she was the most horrible woman in the universe. But she said, the reason I want you to understand this and why you're not going outside for a week is because I want this to stick. And I want you to stick with it. She goes, you see the condition of your room in there? You see it? I said, yeah. She goes, that's the condition in here. That's the condition in here for you. If your outside world looks in disarray and you just don't give a crap, it's pretty safe to say that's just an example of what's going on the inside. So, son, go in there and clean it up. I have never forgotten it since that day. That was the best spent week probably of my young life. Seriously. And here's another piece of that. It was like 2 weeks later after that talk that she passed away. And the first couple years in foster care were even tougher, not just because of some of the horrible things that you experience, but because of the silence, the absence. I had no idea that I would miss my mom's voice saying, hey, Larry, because that was my name there. Time to come in and take your bath. Hey, Larry, get your homework and bring it to me so I can check it. Hey, Larry, did you brush your teeth? All those things that you go, oh my God, can I get a break? You're horrible. Leave me alone. When that voice silenced and that level of caring for me was no more, because I'm just telling you, it's just the way it is. A lot of them didn't, well, I don't remember it. Not to say it happened this way, but I don't remember. None of them, let's put it this way. there might have been some foster parents who said those things. Oh, did you do or ask those questions? But they didn't ask them in the way my mom did. That accountability, that thing that when I didn't do the right thing and I didn't do my best, I was ashamed because I had let her down. You know, that was worse than getting a whipping. Remember that? Sometimes sometimes I'd go up to her and I'd be, Mom, it's just not now, Larry. Just go do what you're going to do. I'm just so disappointed. But Mama, I cleaned your car. Hey, Mom, I cut the grass. She's like, that's nice. Go away. Ah! Why? Because she expected more from me. And therefore, she taught me how to expect more from myself. And I'm telling you guys, if you are not brutally honest with yourself and set standards, most people, when things go south, they go wrong, they go sour. When we are 1,000% honest with ourselves on how it happened, in most cases, I say around 98% of the time, if we're honest, brutally honest, we will say, I did that. I was responsible. Because we break our own covenants with ourselves. Which is why I love the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. And you can't, let me tell you this. It's not like a paint strip where, it goes from neon pink all the way down to cotton candy. And cotton candy is the version of like bending the truth. A little white lie. Listen, the truth cannot be changed, period. It is the only thing in this universe. Lean in on this one. You're going to be glad you did. The truth is the only thing in this universe that never changes. And it will never change on you. I'm just going to let that sit there for a second. People can bend the truth, but it's not the truth. It's a version. People can omit, lie through omission, or any of the other variations. But when you change the truth, you are offering yourself and others a knockoff, an imposter, a version. Now, even with Christianity, let's just go there for a second. Every single Bible, if you go to a Christian bookstore, go online, pull it up right now, Bibles. I guarantee you, every version will say version somewhere on NIV, New International Version, King James's version, big print, large print version, or edition. But it's still a version. Now, they may blow the print up. That's why it's edition. They didn't change the words. But whenever you get like easy to read version, they changed something. But version means usually something was added or something was omitted. So this is the thing. That is why the truth has a ring to it. So that no matter what version of whatever it is you're dabbling in at the time, if you're seeking the truth, you'll hear that ring. But if you don't tune your tuning forks to the truth, you won't recognize it if it was standing in front of you. How do you think that person duped you all those years ago? That's why so many of my coaching clients have been burned previously. Seriously. And then they come in and I say, I'm going to need you to go back out once they tell me the stories of how they got burned. And say, okay, now go out in the garage of your mind, pretend we're back in the COVID days, and take all that sooty smelling clothing off. Don't come up in here. This is a sacred space. We don't come in here smelling like we were burned. We leave that out so that we can move forward. So this one, always do your best. Do your best because you want to, not because someone made you. Says you do your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. You do your best because you want to do it. Told you. Not because you are trying to please the judge, and not because you are trying to please other people. See, you know, how many times have you heard this one, you guys? Some people just don't know how to say no. But then on the other hand, there's also a lot of people who don't know when to say yes because they were burned. Well, oh no. Always do your best. And I'm going to pull. Oh, here's one. Don't take anything personally. Release self-judgment. Ooh. That's a biggie. I deal with it on a daily basis. Do you? Seriously. Every time something, well, not every time, a lot of the time, when something isn't exactly perfect, isn't like anything ever is, I still sometimes take it personally. Think it's because of something I did wrong, you know, or I didn't do my best. And sometimes that's true because, like I just said, oftentimes when we break our own covenants, you know what happens. But this says, even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. Now, let's just talk about opinions for a second. I don't remember who it was, but someone told me, I think I was in my 20s, and someone said to me, Lauren, you are the tree. Okay, you are the tree. Everything you create, your business, your relationships, the things you do to be of service to people, everything you do outside of Lauren are the branches of your tree. Now, the sun is going to rise every day that you're alive, and the sun is going to set every day that you're alive. But the importance of the sunrise and sunset is to remind you that as the sun moves across, I should use this hand, moves across, I said rise and set, okay? That's my OCD working. As the sun moves across the sky, Lauren, all those branches and the limbs of what you're doing that are out there, they're going to cast shadows. And the shadows that are cast during the day, all day, every day, are the opinions of others. Don't put too much stock in the opinions of others. Don't put too much stock in the opinion you give yourself about yourself. Why? Because the opinions are the shadows. When the sun sets, all those opinions, all those shadows will be gone. But the tree, which is us, will still be standing there, waiting for the sun to do its thing yet again, right? Makes sense. It really does. How about one more, and then I'm gonna get ready to get us out of here. Thank you guys for coming in today, even though we didn't have a guest. You're the guest. I'm the guest. We're together. That's all that matters. Is this our first one of these? Yes. The first one in the category of don't make assumptions. You remember that? They need to you know, a lot of people miss the point of don't make assumptions because when we're younger, what did they say? Don't make assumptions. It makes an ass out of you and me or something like that. Ass out of you and me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But they ought to explain it better. Why is it important not to make assumptions? Jumping to conclusions. Knee-jerk reactions. On and on and on. Right? How many times have you jumped and said something that you couldn't take back and you regretted it later? Because you assumed. Don't make assumptions. Be aware of unconscious assumptions. Oh, I don't think I've ever heard this. Unconscious. Unconscious or subconscious? Okay, it says unconscious. There it is. Don't make assumptions. Be aware of unconscious assumptions. And so it says, assumptions are made so fast, knee-jerk reactions, and unconsciously most of the time, because we have agreements to communicate this way. We have agreed that it is not safe to ask questions. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want. They should know how we feel. Well, you should have known. Oh, that's a hot one. So here we are. See, this is why I love this work. And this is why I love when we come here. I've been saying it for 8 years, you guys. Get yourself, if you don't have these, or if you don't have a copy of the 4 Agreements, I highly recommend it. In my coaching business, the very first thing they must get is the Audible and a hard copy of the 4 Agreements. Absolutely right. And I will never change that. They have changed my life and have kept my life moving in the right trajectory ever since the day we found each other. So here's where I wanted to wrap it with you guys today. This is the importance of coming together, fellowshipping, pouring into each other, being vulnerable, being transparent. Because, see, it has helped me immensely just to have you here listening, or if you're watching 6 months from now on a replay, the power is still within the collective. The power is still within this container known as journey. It really is. So, you know, whatever it is you are dreaming of, baptize all of your dreams, all of your hopes, all of the things that truly matter to you. Baptize them inside of the 4 Agreements. Please. Now, before we go, I have the perfect thing to show. I hope I don't get flagged or anything for showing this, but if I do, so be it. I want you guys to see this. Hold on. This is another thing I end up showing so many people daily. I don't think there's been a week in the last 2 years since I found this that I have not shown this to someone, shared this with someone. And I'm so excited to share this with you. I'm pulling it up. I'm so excited to show that. Oh, what is that? That was weird. I've never seen that. Some kind of browsing history thing popped up. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. There. I should have just Googled. Okay, because then it pops right up. Okay. So, I think this is the one I like right here. Yeah. Let's do this one. Hold on. This is one of my favorite. I will actually drop the link in the comment section. You're going to want to keep this. You're going to want to show it to people. But if you don't get the link, just Google Maya Angelou. Just do right. Okay? And I'm going to show it to you now, and then we'll get out of here, get on with our day, easing suffering in the world. And I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my spirit for being here each and every day, for being present in this world and making sure that what you do matters. Get out of your own way. And the best way to do that is to make everything you do about something or someone other than yourself. It will always get you back to you. It will. Oh, yeah, I should show you that too. But first, here's Maya Angelou, and you're going to love this. Trust me. Hold on. We froze. Okay, there we go. I promise you're going to love this. Watch it all the way through. It's just 2 minutes.
maybe the hardest part is if if you teach, you have to live your teaching. Mm. You can't say you do not as I do, but do as I say. No, no. You have to say, I'm doing my best to live what I teach. I have a painting by Phoebe of a group that she calls Sister Suki's Funeral. And all the women, there are about 9 women, and they all look like women in my grandmother's prayer meeting group. So whenever I'm obliged to do something, I take that painting and I look at that painting. There's an empty chair. And I think, now, what would Grandma do? What would she say? I can almost hear her voice say, now, sister, you know what's right. Just do right. You don't really have to ask anybody. The truth is, right may not be expedient. It may not be profitable, but it will satisfy your soul. It brings you the kind of protection that bodyguards can't give you. Try to be all you can be, to be the best human being you can be. Try to be that in your church, in your temple. Try to be that in your classroom. Do it because it is right to do. I think if your name is mentioned and people say, oh, hell, oh, damn, I think you're doing something wrong. But if your name is mentioned and people say, oh, she's so sweet, he's so nice, oh, I love, oh, God bless her. There you are. So try to live your life in a way that you will not regret years of useless virtue and inertia and timidity. So pick up the battle and make it a better world.
Yes.
Just where you are. Yes.
Yeah.
And it can be better, and it must be better, but it is up to us.
Yes, it is up to us. Isn't that beautiful? It just gets me every time. And one last thing, it was just released yesterday when I was in New York City about, 3 months ago now, on the Andrew Nemani show. They just keep taking little clips from it, and they sent me a new one yesterday, and I have it pinned on my personal page. I want to share that with you. And I want you all to understand, trust in yourself. Believe in your ability to believe, okay? Here's a little clip that I want to leave you with from that day. And I hope this piece finds its way and stays within my legacy because I absolutely love what it says. I really do. And it's these moments, this is why we pour into other people, because it reminds us why it was so important we lived it. So that we don't say, oh, all that shit I lived, all that. No, I am so grateful for every moment of trauma that I've ever lived because it got me here. It is the surfboard that brought me right to this beach known as Divine Space that we are sharing together right now. Last thing, and then we're going to go. Here we go. I'm just going to.
If it's real to you, then that makes it real. I learned that by feeling the gut punch when someone was being bullied or picked on, and I found that I can rush to aid. And it was where I was indoctrinated into the baptism of the importance of easing suffering through being of service to people. That you can ease suffering simply by being of service. That is a lifesaver. That's a golden parachute. Because when I couldn't be good to myself many times in my journey, that thing that made me want to be of service allowed me to be good to someone else, which always got me back to me.
See? Told you, when you get out of your own way and you make it about someone else, lo and behold, before you know it, you've been healed. You've been revived. You've been remembered to why it matters. You've been replenished. You've been restored. And then all you have to do is remember it, get up every day, wash, rinse, repeat. Get out there today. Find another piece of your highest self. It takes merely one E and one R. Right now, in this very moment, you are already strong. You are already great. You are already everything you need to be. Find that E and that R, and tonight when you go to sleep, you'll say, guess what? I am stronger. I am greater. I am better in all ways possible. Take that with you today. Get out there, ease some suffering in the world, starting with your own. And listen, tomorrow, the experts are back. Yay. And we have a couple new ones. I'm so excited. I hope you'll join us. I really do. Thank you for being with me, bearing with me today, as we had no guests, but it was meant to be, right? Let's get out there and let's change the world one story at a time. I'm Dr. Lauren. I'll see you tomorrow, and I tell you every day in closing, I absolutely love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind.